So something that we use in English is actually a Hebrew word. We are turning ourselves and we are becoming the sacred, but this word also means satiated. How many people have said this before, or you know people right now, I am so hungry, I am so thirsty. Like when I was in the church, I used to say that all the time because the church teachings did not satiate me. I was hungering and thirsting for something more. And so I would use these English scriptures and verses to try to explain something that I was feeling because I wasn't being filled. I wasn't being satiated. That is what is an embodiment of this word as well. So and the reason why Pentecost is so profound, if you know anything about the feast days, this day is 7 weeks, seven weeks after first fruits, after Pesach, after Passover. This is what is connected to the wheat harvest. Difference being, the barley harvest, they would offer bread that was not, it didn't have any leaven in it. It was flat bread. It hadn't risen yet. Please connect to this. And we were always told that it's without the yeast of the Pharisees, right? They got that drilled into our mind. Without the Greek, without the English, without the Latin, we're getting rid of the yeast, as they would consider in the Hebrew roots, and even with the Jewish people, that would be connected to sin. Sin just means that you're wrestling with hitting the mark, which is your absolute state of being. You're just wrestling with it. You built a house over your heart, trying to protect yourself. You separated from the absolute, and you're just wrestling. By the time we get to Pentecost, do you know what kind of bread they would offer? Leavened bread. Why do you think that is? Because we're collapsing everything down to its disintegration point so that when we get to 7 weeks of sevens, we are satiated. And now that bread that did not satiate us because it was dry and crusty and didn't have any flavor, and we were eating it because it was flat bread, going, oh, this is just not the best, but I'm eating it because I'm commanded to. We now get to have risen bread, because by the time we complete 7 weeks of 7, this is a very strong, powerful number. 7 times 7. You just realize how important that is, because by the time you get to Pentecost, 49 leads you to 50. 50 is Jubilee. What is Jubilee? The return of all the inheritance. Halavah. This is a big deal. The jubilation is where everything that was taken, all of the inheritance is back given to those who were to inherit it. This was also when all the slaves were released. Let my people go. So Pentecost, Penta being 5, Greek, Shavuot is when we are fully satiated, we are released, the inheritance returns. Because, the Jubilee year is 50 years, but this was a leading up every year for us to realize we're coming to our Jubilee, This is the micro to the macro. 50 years versus 50 days. It's leading up every year, this countdown until the slavery. Would you guys be interested to know that right now we're in the year of Jubilee?
So let me just come in here for a second. So 50, because we need just to integrate this to make sense. So 50 is not necessarily even 50. When you go into the expression, it means to be armored. It means a well-equipped body. So we can take 50 now and render it down and go like, this is the complete armament of the body. Everything is now encapsulated as a vibration.
Can I land the plane on something though?
Okay.
Do you know what letter the gematria is for 50? Anybody? Off the top of your head?
The new.
What has Ken been talking about for weeks? He said it's all about the noon. Everything is about the noon, the son of noon, the son of noon, the son of noon. It is connected to 50. It's connected to the Jubilee. It's the return of the inheritance. It's the slaves being set free. It is the time of the son of noon. Play on words, SON, SUN. It's time to rise and shine and fascinate the cities. That's what this frequency is. This gematria is really huge to understand that that's the letter and is connected to what Ken's talking about, Pentecost, and when we are going to be in Israel.
So
no coincidences.
It is a pretty special time.
It's amazing, and being the year of Jubilee. It's
and being
like,
the year
wow.
of Jubilee. But